Trek, and for my bit about Star Trek, I really wanted to get to the essence of what this show is about, so I thought about Gene Roddenberry's quote of what the show is supposed to be, which is, a wagon train to the stars. So that got me thinking, you know, there should really be like an Oregon Trail version of Star Trek. So I wrote that. And I'm actually going to play the game with someone, so if you'd like to volunteer to play Star Trek Oregon Trail on stage right now, please raise your hand. The stranger in the plaid shirt. Join me on stage. Feel free to just speak direct in the microphone.
Okay.
Okay, good. You're not going to freeze up or any...
What?
Okay, good. We're good. Okay. Okay, so you can choose to play Star Trek Oregon Trail is one of the 3 following characters.
Okay.
A Starfleet captain.
I choose Wesley. He's my favorite. I know that a lot of people make fun of him now in 1989, but I also know that sometime in the future he will have inspired a number of people to become doctors, engineers, and scientists. So he's clearly the best character in the history of Star Trek, past, present, and future.
I also like Wesley, ironically, so I think it's a great choice. We'll go with Wesley. Do you have a name that you'd like to give Wesley? You know, in Oregon Trail, you could type in a different name. Do you want like a funny middle name for Wesley Crusher?
Awesome.
All right. You've actually been promoted to captain in my game.
It's about fucking time!
So, Captain Wesley Awesome Crusher.
Say that again.
Wesley Awesome Crusher. Oh, man.
Just how I imagined it.
That's the way I used to say it to my screen when I was watching.
I know.
Your goal is to get your Federation starship, the USS Wagon, to the planet Oregon, located in the remote Beaver Quadrant.
All right, let's do this.
You can invest credits in food replicators, dilithium crystals, phasers, or illegal Romulan ale.
Illegal Romulan ale.
All
So
right.
that I can feel strange, but also good.
Perfect. You're going to boldly go where Wesley didn't go on the show.
Stupid standards and practices.
It is stardate 42385.1. You have no food, you have no phasers, you have no dilithium crystals,
Okay.
and lots of illegal Romulan ale. You are 500 light years from the Beaver Quadrant. Everyone in your party with a red shirt died while getting on board the ship.
Every time.
Every time. Do you want to keep flying, or do you want to go on a away mission to hunt Tribble?
Let's go on an away mission and hunt Tribble.
Awesome. You successfully kill 4 Tribble. Commander Riker engages in a sexual relationship with the Tribble. Commander Riker has contracted space herpes.
Again.
Do you maroon Riker on the planet, or take him with you?
Listen, there's only room for one beard on this starship. Maroon him.
He is marooned. You continue flying. You are now 300 light years from the Beaver Quadrant.
Awesome.
The ratings of Star Trek Oregon Trail have taken a little bit of a dip, so you have to run into the Borg.
That sounds like it should be bad, but is actually going to be pretty sexy.
It's gonna be pretty awesome.
Okay.
I've got the script right in front of me. So you can engage the Borg in a firefight right now, or you can pilot the USS Wagon around the sun to travel in time in an attempt to avoid the Borg, who will also travel in time, in which case you will just have to fight them anyway.
Let's go around the sun. And then go fight them, because that's going to look great, and we're probably going to win a VFX Emmy for it.
Exactly.
Because Lord knows we never won Emmys for anything else. I mean, I heard that that's what happened on Star Trek, because I wasn't on it. I just watched it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, I think that you're so getting into the character of Captain Wesley Awesome Crusher, who's drunk on Romulan ale.
He super is.
I just pictured you.
And he's headed straight to the Beaver Quadrant.
He's lounging in his chair, having marooned Riker, and says, "Let's go around the sun."
That's what you do.
So you go back in time and you fight the Borg. Now, you're going to be very familiar with what happens next. You reverse the polarity of the tachyon field.
Of course I do.
And you emit a modulated techno-bullshit pulse from the dish containing the fuck-em-a-bob array.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, like, no, of course, like you do. I'm following standard operating procedure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You don't need anybody's help. You didn't,
Yeah, no, I got that.
Fuck off, Ada. You don't.
Go train your cat. Jordy's probably putting his dick in a thing in the holodeck, so somebody's got to take care of things.
You defeat the Borg, but there are penalties.
Like Voyager exists now. We fucked up real bad.
You did. You created Voyager and Enterprise.
Oh God!
And when you return back in time, you create the theme song to Enterprise.
Those people they were innocent babies. If only I had inverted an emit neutrino pulse through a subspace matrix past a warp beacon and put that into the heart of the anomaly, everything would have been different. I should have realigned the matter-antimatter intermix matrix using dilithium crystals and the isolinear optical chips like they taught me at the academy.
What I hear you saying is that you have actually entered the code of Star Trek Oregon Trail, and like the Kobayashi Maru, you rewrote the code and made it so that didn't happen.
Oh, thank God.
You erased Enterprise.
You're welcome.
Now you have almost no supplies left. And if your trip lasts much longer, you will
It's time
encounter...
for a clip show.
I was going to say an episode with Q, but yours is better. So you avoid Clip Show and John Delancey. But you encounter a wormhole.
Awesome!
Does Captain Wesley Awesome Crusher go right straight up that wormhole?
Screaming like Slim Pickens riding an atom bomb into the ground.
Your hard Federation ship slips easily through the wormhole.
What's Counselor Troy sensing right about now?
The poor thing, all she can sense is Riker's space herpes from light years away.
That makes sense.
So you have now reached the Beaver Quadrant, home of the planet Oregon.
Awesome.
Would you like to know your final score?
Yes?
Unfortunately, it is 0 points. This was a holodeck thing. Again, but if you want to go in there and reprogram the Matrix, you can do that.
So So what you're saying is, I could go into the main power conduit through the Jeffries tube and rewrite the holodeck programming code to decouple the safety protocols so that when I actually maroon Riker's actually marooned on a planet and Enterprise still doesn't exist, but by the powers of flying through a warp wormhole and decompiling the entire holodeck source code program, that I am actually able to emit every pulse that needs to be emitted so that I can technobabble bullshit my way into #1 top level ratings and somehow nail Ashley Judd.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
This is the best game ever.
Thank you for playing Star Trek Oregon Trail.
I had fun while learning.